Hi everyone, welcome to My Max Academy. In this video, we will continue with pair of linear equations and two variables, exercise 3.7, page number 68, which is under the 10th standard CBSE mathematics. So we'll continue on problem number 7, fifth subproblem. Problem number 7, fifth subproblem, which is 152x minus 378y equal to minus 74 minus 378x plus 152y equal to minus 604, right? 152x minus 378y equal to minus 74 and minus 378x plus 152 equal to minus 604 or 604. Now we need to solve these two equations, equation 1 and equation 2. We can solve by any method, but one observation is the numbers are big. One observation is the numbers are big, right? And the other one is, if we need to solve by elimination method or substitution method, whatever, we have to deal with big numbers. Even if I have to go by elimination method, then I need to check whether the coefficients are same. They are not same. Here is 152, here is minus 378. Here they are also not same. Here is minus 378, is 152. So coefficient of x is also not same. Coefficient of y in both the equations are also not same. Then which means to multiply this with not this or the LCM of this. So that will make big numbers. So that will take some time. The other thing that we generally check is, if there are big numbers in the equation, check whether the coefficient of x is matching with the same value along with the sign, with 152, whether it is matching with the coefficient of x in the first equation, which is this equation, is matching with the coefficient of y in the second equation along with the sign. The sign also should match. Here plus 152 is also plus 152. And the coefficient of y in the first equation should match with the coefficient of x in the second equation. These two should match. Minus 378 and this is also minus 378. Suppose if you see like that, where the coefficient of x here matches with this and coefficient of y here matches with the coefficient of x in the second equation. If such a scenario is there, then what we can do is we can try to simplify these equations to get two more equations of small numbers. Two more equations of small numbers. What we will do is, we will do two steps. First we will add these two equations, and second we will subtract these two equations. When do we do these things, these steps or this procedure? Whenever you see there are big numbers, two-digit numbers, big numbers, and if you find that the coefficient of x here is matching with the coefficient of y in the second equation, and the coefficient of y in the first equation is matching with the coefficient of x in the second equation. In that case, what we have to do is, we have to do two steps to get two more equations. First step, you will add the two equations. You will get one equation. In second step, you will subtract these two equations to get one more equation. So you will get two new equations which will have very small numbers. So what we will do, first step is 1 minus 2. We are going to subtract these two. So which means I will write, right? So I will write the same equation again. So which means, we will add them. We'll add 1 plus 2. We are going to add the two equations, right? The first step is we'll add them. We'll add 1 plus 2. We are adding. So if you add them, what do we get? Directly add. What do we get? 152 minus 378. Subtract that. 378, 152. This is plus, this is minus, so I have to subtract. So this is 6, 2, 2. So I'll get minus 226x plus, here also if you do, you will get minus 226x y. If you do these two, equal to, now if you add these two, what do you get? You get minus 678. Minus 678. Now if you observe this, all these numbers are this is 226, this is 226. 678 is also divisible by 226, because if you divide 678 by 226, what do you get? You get 1, 2, 3 times. It's 18, carry 1, 7, 3 2 6, 0. Which means this number is divisible by 2. Every number is divisible by 226. And also minus is there. So you divide throughout by minus 226. Divide throughout by minus 226. And this will become what? Minus 226x by minus 226. I'm dividing each term by minus 226. Here minus 226 y by minus 226 equal to minus 678 by minus 226. So every time I'm dividing by minus 226. Minus is there everywhere. So I'm taking minus also, and this is divisible by 226. 226. This is also divisible by 226. Now these two will get cancelled. You'll get x. Minus minus will become plus. Here also 226, 226 minus into minus plus y equal to minus minus will get cancelled. You'll get 3 because 6. If you cancel 226 divides 678 3 times, so you'll get x plus 3 equal to, so you keep this as third equation. Now we got one more equation which is very small compared to this. Now let's subtract them. We need to subtract these two. Second step is 1 minus 2. So which means I'll write the first equation, because subtraction you need to change the sign, right? I'm writing this equation again. Then second equation is minus 378x plus 152y equal to minus 604. So we will have this as equation, no, the same equation 1 and 2. I'm taking the same equation 1 and 2 and I'm going to subtract. When I subtract, I will change the sign. So this minus will become plus, this plus will become minus, right? And this will become plus. This minus will become plus. Now if you add them, what do we get? You add, this is plus, this is also plus, which means we should add 8 plus 2, 10, carry 1, 12, 13, carry 1, 1 plus 1, 2 plus 3, 5, 530. Now this will be x. If you add, you get 530x, right? Then again, this will become minus 530y. Minus minus, so minus, add y. Equal to 604 minus 74 will give you 530 plus 530. Now everything has 530. So you can divide by 530. Divide by 530. Then this will become 530x by 530. That will become 1x minus 530y by 530 equal to 530 by 530. So if then this will get cancelled, this will get cancelled, this will get cancelled. So you get 1x, which is x. This will become 1y. So if we cancel it, it will become 1. So y. 530 by 530 will give you 1, not 0. We are dividing. So this is the second or fourth equation. Now if we solve these two equations, we will get the value of x and y. So what we have now, what we have got now is, we have reduced the given equation like this. X minus y equal to 1. So we have converted the given two equation in this form. So this is equation 3 and equation 4. Now we need to solve these two. Again we will check the coefficient of x is same or y is same. Here 1 1, it is also same. Here plus 1 minus 1, that is also same. Even plus 1 minus 1 is okay. So we will add them. If you add them, because the sign is different here, we can add x plus x, 2x. Here it will get cancelled. So 3 plus 4, you get x is equal to 4 by 2, which means x will become 2. So we have found the value of x. Now we will substitute x, value of x in one of them. We will take this. So substituting x is equal to 2 in third equation. Right? If I substitute x is equal to 2 in third equation, what do we get? So let's take this. So x plus y equal to 3 is the third equation. I'm going to substitute x is equal to 2. It will become 2 plus y equal to 3. Because x I'm going to put 2. So y becomes 3 minus 2. 2 goes this side. So y is 1. So answer is what? Answer is x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 1. Clear? Right? So such a big equations with big numbers. But as long as the moment you see big numbers, and if you see the coefficient of x in the first equation matches with the coefficient of y in the second equation, and the coefficient of y in the first equation matches with the coefficient of x in the second equation, along with the sign, exactly it should match. If it is minus 378, this also should be minus 378. It cannot be just 378. If it is 152 plus, it should be plus 152. It cannot be minus. So along with the sign, if they match, then we can add the two equations and subtract the two equations to get two more equations, and solve these two equations to find the value of x and y. Clear? So this completes the seventh problem. We have done all the sub problems. We'll go to the next problem, the same exercise, which is the last problem of this chapter. So that is the eighth problem. So eighth problem, what is given in the textbook? There is a diagram given. ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. Find the angles of the cyclic quadrilateral. So what is the cyclic quadrilateral? A cyclic quadrilateral is a quadrilateral wherein the vertices of the four vertices of the quadrilateral lie on the circle. The four vertices of the quadrilateral lie on the circle. Or we can think it as a circle passing through the vertices of all the four vertices of a quadrilateral. Circle passing through all the four vertices of a quadrilateral, then that quadrilateral is called as a cyclic quadrilateral, which means, so here the diagram is, there is a circle they have given and there is like this. This is how the diagram is. If you see the diagram in figure 3.7, so they have given this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D, and this is called as a cyclic quadrilateral ABCD because the four vertices of the quadrilateral, they lie on the circle. They lie on the circle, or a circle is passing through all the four vertices of a quadrilateral. That quadrilateral is called as a cyclic quadrilateral. And what is given? They have given the angles. A is 4y plus 20. I'm just taking the book. So this angle is given as 4y plus 20. And this is given as 3y minus 5. And this is given as minus 4x. And this is given as minus 7x plus 5. Now we should find the value of the angles of the cyclic quadrilateral, which means we need to find what is angle A, what is angle B, what is angle C, and what is angle D. So this is the question. We need to find the value of angle A, B, C, D, all the four angles of the cyclic quadrilateral, and we can find the four angles if we can find the value of x and y. If I know the value of x, then I know what is this angle. If I know the value of y, I can find these two angles. If I know the value of x, I can substitute here and find. Right now we need to solve this. This is a very important problem. It's easy problem. So here we are going to use one of the properties of cyclic quadrilateral, or a very important properties of cyclic quadrilateral is what? Sum of both the pairs of opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral, sum of both the pairs of opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral is 180 degree. Which means sum of both the pairs of opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral is 180, which means if I add the opposite angles, this angle plus this angle will be 180, again A plus C will be 180. Angle A plus angle C will be 180, angle B plus angle D will be always 180 degree, or the opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilaterals are supplementary. Opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilaterals are both the pairs of opposite angles. We can even write like that. Both the pairs of the opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral is supplementary. Supplementary means 180 degree. The sum of the two angles will be 180, sum of the two angles, which means what it means is angle A plus angle C is 180. What is the meaning of this statement is both the pairs of opposite angles of the cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. Sorry for the mistake in English. Are supplementary, which means angle A plus angle C is 180 and angle B plus angle D is also 180. So whenever there is a cyclic quadrilateral, if you add the opposite angles of two cyclic quadrilaterals, then you will get 180. Again, these two are opposite angles. A and C are opposite, so A plus C will be 180. B and D are opposite, so B plus D is angle B plus angle D is 180. Now from these two we will form the equation. What is A? Angle A is what? 4y plus 20. So 4y plus 20. I'm going to substitute A. 4y plus 20. This one. Plus angle C. Angle C is minus 4x. Minus 4x equal to 180 degree. Now if you simplify this, right? What do we get? We get 4y plus 20 minus 4x equal to 180. Right? Then I will have 4y, or I will write first x. But so minus 4x plus 4y. I'm writing this minus 4x and plus 4y equal to 180 degree minus this 20 will go here. 20 degree. Fine. So then what is this? So minus 4x plus 4y will be equal to 180 minus 20 is 160. Now again each number is divisible by 4. So you can cancel or divide throughout by 4. If you divide 4 throughout by 4, you get minus x plus y equal to 40. Which means I am cancelling throughout by 4. Cancelling means dividing each term. 4 by 4 is 1. Again this 4 by 4 is 1. 160 by 4 is 40. So this is, we call this as first equation. Now similarly we will find the second equation from the second condition, which is angle B plus angle D is also 180 degree. That is the properties of, one of the properties of cyclic quadrilateral. Let's take B. What is B? 3y minus 5. 3y minus 5 plus what is D? Minus 7x plus 5. Minus 7x plus 5 bracket equal to 180 degree. Now simplify this. 3y minus 5 minus 7x plus 5 equal to 180 degree. Right? So minus 5 plus 5 will get cancelled. We get, now I'll write this 7x plus 7 minus 7x plus 3y equal to 180 degree. Clear? So this is my second equation. Now we should solve these two equations and find the value of x and y. Right? So for B this value, and for D I'm substituting this value, then simplify, you get this. Now what is the first equation? Minus x plus y equal to 40, that is number 1 equation. Minus 7x plus 3y equal to 180 degree, which is second equation. Fine. Now we should solve this and find the value of x and y. Again we will go for our famous elimination method. Fine. So what do we observe here? The coefficient of x is same. This is minus 1, minus 7. They are not same. It is 1 and 3. It is also not same. But we can make this as same by multiplying this equation 1 by 3. If I multiply by 3 each term, this will become 3y. This will also be 3y. Both will match. So what we'll do, or we can multiply this by 7 also. So this with 7, if we multiply 7, I'll get minus 7x. That will also match. But multiplying with 7, we can multiply by 3. Multiplying by 3 is better than multiplying by 7, right? So the 3 tables are easier than 7 tables, right? So now we'll do multiplying first equation by 3. Second equation we not do. So sorry. If I multiply first by 3 means number 3. So if I multiply the first equation by 3, second equation we not do anything because it is already 3. If I get 3, both will match. So 3 into minus x is minus 3x, 3 into y is 3y, 3 into 40 is 120. So multiplying each term by 3. Then here minus 7x. Second equation I am writing as it is. Right? First equation is multiplied by 3 throughout. So 3 into minus x minus 3x, 3 into y is 3y, 3 into 40 is 120. Now we should add or subtract. Now sign is, both are plus. When both are plus, we have to change the sign. So this will become plus, this will become minus, this will become minus. So cancel. Oops, sorry. I'm sorry. These two don't get cancelled. I'm sorry, guys. I'm extremely sorry. How can I cancel this? This was minus 3x and 7x. So I changed it to plus. So we will have to cancel these two. So I get, what do I get? So I get 4x, 7x minus 3x. This is plus 7x. You have to see the change sign. Equal to minus how much? 60. So x becomes minus 60 by 4. X is minus 15. X is equal to minus 15. Now we have got value of x is minus 15 because 60 by 4 will give you 15 and there is a minus 15. Now what is the value of y now? The value of y, we have to find the value of y. So we can substitute x as minus 15 in one of them. We'll substitute in this one. Right? So substituting x is equal to minus 15 in first equation. Right? So what do we get if you substitute x equal to minus 15 in the first equation? We get minus of, I'll write the equation minus x plus y equal to 40. That is the first equation. Now you need to substitute in the place of x minus 15. So here you have to be careful. Already there is a minus here. People make this mistake. They have just put minus 15 here. There is a minus here. You have to put minus first. Then what is the value of x? Minus 15. So you have to put like this. So when the double minus will come, people will make mistake here. Guys, are you guys able to follow what I'm saying? You will make a mistake here. This is the point of making a mistake. You have to be very careful on the points where you make the mistake. Already there is a minus. I'm putting that minus. And value of x is what? Minus 15. Some people will directly put minus 15. They won't put this minus. They'll get confused with two minus. So you have to be careful. So plus y equal to 40. Minus into minus is plus 15 plus y is 40. That makes my y as, I'll continue here. That will make my y as 15 plus y equal to 40, which is this. Then y is equal to 40 minus 15. My y will become 25. Now we have found x and y, but that is not the end of the answer. That is not the end of the problem. End of the problem is you need to find the value of angle A, angle B, angle C, angle D. Angle A, angle B, angle C and angle D. Because they said find the angles of the cyclic quadrilateral. So I have seen many students stopping the answer when they find x is minus 15, y as 25, they stop the answer here. Right? Minus 15. They stop it thinking that no, I have found x and y. That is the end of the problem. No. You have to see, you have to understand from the question what is asked in the question. Until that is done, you need to solve the problem. So which means we need to find the angle A, B, C and D. Angle A is what? Angle A is what? 4y plus 20. So 4y plus 20. That is equal to, now I am going to substitute the value of y as 25 here. So my A becomes, I'll write it here, equal to 4 into y is what? 25 plus 20. So 4 into 25 is 100. 100 plus 20. So my angle A becomes 120. My A is 120. Now what is my B? My angle B is what? Angle B is given as 3y minus 5. So 3y minus 5. So my angle B is equal to 3 into y. Y is how much? 25. So 3 into 25 minus 5. So my B, angle B will become 75 minus 5, which is 70 degrees. My angle B is 70 degrees. Now I should find angle C. What is angle C? Angle C is minus 4x. So now that is equal to angle C equal to minus 4 into x. What is the value of x? Minus 15. So you should put minus 15. So that makes my angle C as 60 degrees. Are you guys able to follow this? Right? Now I need to find the value of D. Right? So I will write here angle D equal to what? What is the value of angle D? Minus 7x plus 5. Minus 7x plus 5. That is my angle D. So angle D equal to minus 7. What is x? I have to substitute the value of x. X is what? Minus 15. So put minus 15 here. Plus 5. So 7 times 15 is 105. Minus and minus will become plus 5. That is my angle D. So my angle D becomes 110 degrees. You guys able to follow this? So A is 120, B is 70, C is 60, D is 110. So we should write the answer, we should take the answer and write it here. I'll erase this diagram. Fine. So therefore answer is, you write like this: A equal to angle A equal to 120 degrees, angle B equal to 70 degrees, angle C equal to 60 degrees, angle D equal to 110 degrees. Even if you add angle A plus angle C, you will get 180, because the opposite sum or the sum of the opposite angles of the cyclic quadrilateral is 180, or both the pairs of opposite angles of the cyclic quadrilaterals are supplementary, right? Which means A plus C we are getting 180, even B plus D is also 70 plus 110, 180. Fine. So we will stop here. This completes the third chapter, which is pair of linear equations and two variables from 10th standard CBSE Maths. Right? I will be. You can watch my next video for the next chapters. Fine. So we will stop here and we will continue on the next video or next session. But if you have any doubts, you can WhatsApp me. 9884036077 is my number. You can WhatsApp me and I will try to clarify your doubts as much as possible. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye.